Now we will discuss the operation of junction field effect transistor, that is JFET. To understand the operation of JFET, first we have to see how the depletion region is formed in the JFET. So for understanding purpose, we will consider the formation of depletion region in N-channel JFET. To form the depletion region in the N-channel JFET, it is obvious that we have to connect a biasing network. So let us first understand the formation of depletion region in JFET, that is N-channel JFET. We will see how the depletion region is formed by applying the reverse bias across a JFET, and then we will try to understand the working of the N-channel JFET. So first I will draw the diagram and then we will try to understand the working. So here we will see formation of depletion region in N-channel JFET. So first I will draw the construction, then we will understand what is the meaning of depletion region. So here I have drawn the diagram, construction diagram for the N-channel JFET. Here internally the gate which is connected to the p-type semiconductor is internally connected and a common wire is taken at the output. So this single wire is acting as a gate. Then this is a drain terminal and this is the source. So this is N-channel JFET. So this is N-channel. Now this p-type semiconductor and this p-type semiconductor along with this N-channel are forming two p-n junctions. So this p and n, one junction, then this p and again n, second p-n junction. So there are two p-n junctions in a single JFET. Now for the proper operation of the JFET must always be reverse bias, especially the gate to source voltage. As I have drawn here, the gate to source is always reverse biased for the proper working of the JFET. Now here in the N-channel JFET, the gate is connected to p-type region. Here I have not connected, but internally this p-type gate and this p-type gate are internally connected to each other. So p-type is connected to negative terminal of battery and source is N-type connected to positive terminal of battery. In this way, gate to source is reverse biased, and by applying this reverse bias, the JFET will properly work. So again I would like to repeat, VGG is the reverse bias voltage applied across gate to source terminals of N-channel JFET. Positive terminal of battery connected to N-channel source and negative terminal of battery is connected to p-type gate. And for the proper working, this p-n junctions, or we can say the gate to source, is always reverse biased in JFET. Now this is a p-n junction. This is p and this is n. Again this is n and this is p-type. So as I have mentioned earlier, two p-n junction. This is a one p-n junction and this is another p-n junction. Now we know that this p-type is heavily doped as compared to this n-type channel. P-type is heavily doped. Now, when PN junction is reverse biased, the electrons and holes diffuse across each other. Diffuse across junction. So when the electrons and holes diffuse across the junction, they leave behind the positive ions on N side and negative ions on P side of PN junction. Now the region where these ions are present is known as depletion region. Depletion region. So what is depletion region? Depletion region is a region that consists of immobile ions. Why immobile ions? Because these ions do not diffuse with each other, do not combine with each other, and the region which consists of immobile ions are called as depletion region. Now, as the reverse voltage across the junction is increasing, the thickness of the depletion region also increases. If the doping level is equal in this P and N region, then the thickness of the depletion region in N side as well as in the P side will be same in both the regions. For example, I will draw a small diagram here. If this is P region, this is N region, then if the doping of this P region and N region is same, then the depletion region thickness will be same on both the sides. As we are increasing the reverse bias, then the depletion region will increase equally from this junction to P side and from his junction to N side. The thickness will be equal in both the regions. Now, one interesting fact is that if one of the side of the junction is heavily doped as compared to other side, then the depletion region will extend more into the region of lower doping. For example, let us consider this a PN junction, P and N, and this is a junction. Now, if P type is heavily doped, then the depletion region will be less here as compared to N type. Here the depletion region is less and here the depletion region is more. When P type is heavily doped, width of the depletion region is less. N type is lightly doped as compared to this P type, then the width of the depletion region is more. This is applied in this case also. If again I will say this is a PN junction. Now let us say that N type is heavily doped. So the width of the depletion region is N-type is less as compared to P-type. So here you can see that the width of depletion region is more in P-type as compared to that of N-type. So where the doping is less, the depletion region will be more. So we can write down depletion region increases if doping decreases and vice versa. Now let us consider one situation that we have applied the reverse bias between the gate and source terminals of the N channel JFET. So we have applied positive terminal to the source and negative terminal to the gate. Gate is P-type, negative terminal is connected, so it is reverse bias. For proper operation of the N channel JFET, the gate to the source must be reverse bias. Now this P-type is heavily doped as compared to this N-type material. So the depletion region, as you can see, the depletion region, the line with the red color dotted line, the depletion region is extending more into this N-type semiconductor material as compared to the P-type. So the depletion region is more, it is extending more into N channel as compared to P region. Now again consider a situation when we do not apply any gate to source voltage, that is a condition when VGG is equals to 0, that is gate to source voltage is 0. If gate to source voltage is 0, the depletion region is symmetrical around the junction. Means the width of the depletion region in N region is same as that the width of depletion region in P-type semiconductor. But the conductivity in the depletion region is 0. Now why the conductivity of the depletion region is 0? Because there are no mobile charge carriers in this depletion region. So the point is very simple. If there is no voltage across the gate to source terminal, means here, then the depletion region is symmetrical. The width of the depletion region in N-type and the width of depletion region in P-type, here also and here also, it will be symmetrical, means equal in size in P-type as well as in N-type, because VGG is 0. Then one more thing is happening. The conductivity in the depletion region is 0. The conductivity is 0. Why? Because there are no mobile charge carriers. Now as the reverse bias voltage VGG is increasing, the depletion region in N channel is also increasing. Why it is increasing in the N channel? Because N channel is lightly doped as compared to P-type semiconductor. Now as reverse bias is increasing, depletion region is also increasing in the N channel, and in this way the effective width of the N channel is reduced. Means this, as we keep on increasing the reverse bias, say we are increasing, then this depletion region is increasing, and if this depletion region is increasing, so this channel width is reducing. This channel width is reducing. So we can say that physically its width is not reducing physically, construction wise, but the effective width from which the current will flow will get reduced. Effective width is decreasing. So all this is happening because of the increasing in the reverse bias. So This is the effect of giving a reverse bias across the gate to source terminals of the N channel JFET. Reverse bias across gate to source terminals of the N channel JFET. So as the reverse bias is increasing, the width of the depletion region in the N channel is increasing. Now the width of the depletion region that is increasing in N channel can also be achieved by applying the voltage across drain to source terminal. Now let us see how the depletion region can be found by applying the voltage across drain to source terminal. So for that we will draw a next diagram. The values of resistances Ra and Rb depends upon the magnitude of drain to source voltage. These have been shown variable for the reason. If the magnitude of this is increasing, then the values will change. Now the Ra is the variable resistance across the drain terminal, Rb is the variable resistance across the source terminals. And the values of Ra and Rb will depend upon the magnitude of the reverse bias VDD. So it can be by applying VDD, the reverse current ID will flow like this. Now we know that this hole is N channel. Here I have shown the depletion region is symmetrical across the P type material and N channel. Now as we will increase the drain to source voltage, the width of the depletion region will be asymmetrical. Now when the gate terminal is open and we have applied a voltage across drain to source terminals, the electrons will start flowing through source to drain, and a current called as drain current will flow. I have mistakenly drawn here. The direction is like this, positive to negative. So as the gate terminal is open, we have applied the supply voltage from drain to source. Drain is positive, source is negative. So a current called as a drain current will flow from this drain to the source, represented by ID. And this current is nothing but the flow of electrons which are flowing from drain to source terminal. Actually, the electrons are flowing from source to drain, but conventional direction is shown from positive terminal of battery to the negative terminal of battery. So the direction of drain current is from drain to source, but actually the current is flowing from source to drain. Now as mentioned, when we are applying drain to source voltage, the drain current is flowing through the N channel. Now this drain current which is flowing through the channel, this drain current which is flowing through the channel, N channel, causes the voltage drop across the resistance RB. Of course, it will cause the voltage drop across RA, but it will cause the voltage drop across RB also. And the effect is same as that of the reverse bias of the gate to source junction. So the point is, even if the gate terminal is open, and the gate to source junction is reverse bias by drain to source voltage. I repeat again, even if the gate terminal is open, the gate to source reverse bias is achieved. The gate to source reverse bias is achieved by drain to source voltage, and thus a depletion region indicated by a red dotted line is formed in the N channel. So the things are very simple. First of all, we have represented resistances RA and RB in the channel. Both the resistances are shown variable because the values of resistances RA and RB depends upon the magnitude of the reverse bias VDD and VGS. Here the gate terminal is open. Still, when VDD is applied, it will causes the drain current to flow, and because of this drain current, there will be voltage drop across the RB, as there is voltage drop across RA. So because of these voltage drops, a depletion region is formed across the PN junctions, or we can say the depletion region is formed indicated by the red colored line in the N channel. So the effect is same as the effect would be produced by gate to source voltage. Now we can see that a depletion region is formed, but the interesting point is that the depletion region formed here is not symmetrical around the gate to source junction. Now why this is not symmetrical? Now I will show one more diagram. As can be observed in this diagram, as I have drawn here, the depletion region is more towards the drain terminal as compared to the source terminal. The depletion region extends deeper into the channel near the drain as compared to source. Now why this is happening? Why the depletion region is more deeper in the channel near the drain and less deeper in the source terminal? Why it is happening? Now the reason is very simple. We know that positive is drain, negative is source. Source and drain both are of N channel. Now if this is N and this is also N, now where will be the reverse bias more? Of course, N, when it is connected to positive terminal of battery, means the reverse bias will be more near the drain and it will be less towards the source. So as drain is more reverse bias as compared to source, the voltage drop across resistance RA is more near the drain terminal as compared to the voltage drop across RB towards the source terminals. And in this way, the width of the depletion region is more towards the drain end terminals of the channel as compared to the source end terminals of the N channel. Once again I will repeat, we have applied the reverse bias voltage, but this reverse bias voltage, if you look at the positive terminal is connected to drain. It is N type, means the drain is reverse bias. This is whole N channel. Source is again N type. It is connected to negative terminal. So we have RA at source, RB at drain. Now drain is reverse bias, so the voltage drop across RA is more. Source is forward bias, so the voltage drop across RB is less. Where there will be more reverse bias, at that area the width of the depletion region is more. Here it is less reverse biased, the width of the depletion region is less. Hence we say that the width of the depletion region is asymmetrical, more towards the drain as compared to source, just because the reverse bias is different at different ends. More at drain end, less at source end, and hence the width of the depletion region is asymmetrical at drain and source. There may be a situation when we will be increasing the VDD. At that time there may be a situation arise that these two depletion region will touch each other and there will be very thin or no width, effective width in the channel. Now let us combine all the biasing, gate to source biasing as well as drain to source biasing, and then let us see how the JFET behaves. Now let us discuss the operation of N-channel JFET when gate to source voltage is applied and drain to source voltage is applied. This is drain terminal and this is source terminal. We know that the application of negative gate voltage or positive drain voltage with respect to source reverse biases the gate to source junction of the N channel JFET. Now why we are applying the reverse bias? We are applying the reverse bias just because to form the depletion region within the channel, and when the depletion region is formed within the channel, we can control the flow of drain current. We can control the flow of drain current through this channel. Now how we will control the flow of drain current? We know that as we increase the reverse bias, the depletion region increases and the channel becomes narrower. It may happen that there is no channel available for the drain current, and in that case the drain current will be minimum. So the point is, the effect of the reverse bias voltage is to form the depletion region within the channel. So when a voltage is applied between drain to source, that is VDD, when a voltage is applied between drain to source terminal, that is VDD, the electrons will flow from source to drain, but the conventional current will be from drain to source, as we will draw here. This is the conventional current direction. It will flow from positive terminal of battery to the negative through the N channel. So the electrons flow from source to drain through the narrow channel between the two depletion regions. So this will constitute the drain current, as I have mentioned here. Drain current. Now the direction of conventional current. So this is the direction of conventional current, but actual flow of electrons is from source to drain. But the conventional current is from drain to source. The value of this drain current. Now the value of this drain current is maximum, and it is denoted by IDSS. The value of this drain current is maximum, which is denoted by IDSS. The maximum drain current will flow when the gate to source voltage is 0 or when VGG is 0. So maximum drain current is flowing when gate to source voltage is 0. And that maximum drain current is designated by IDSS. Now, when we are applying gate to source voltage designated by VGG and it is increased above 0, the reverse bias voltage across the gate to source junction is increased. So what I am saying, when VGG increases, reverse bias voltage across gate to source junction also increases, and as a result the depletion region also increases. So this depletion region will again increase when we will increase the gate to source voltage. Thus the effective width of this channel is further increased. Mistakenly said, further decreased. When the depletion region is increasing, the effective width of the channel is decreasing, and therefore it controls the flow of drain current through the channel. Once again I will repeat, as we are increasing VGG, so this is the reverse bias voltage across gate to source terminal. So as we are increasing the reverse bias, the voltage across gate to source junction is increasing, and as the reverse bias voltage across gate to source junction is increasing, the width of the depletion region is increasing. As the width of the depletion region is increasing, the effective width of this channel is reducing. So we can say that N channel width decreasing. So this is the effect of reverse bias voltage VGG. Now there may be a condition when further we are increasing gate to source voltage. A stage can be reached when these two depletion regions will touch each other. Now let us see the condition when VGG is increased and these two depletion regions will touch each other. Let us understand by this diagram. As can be observed here in this diagram, when gate to source voltage is increased further, a stage is reached when the two depletion regions will touch each other and the channel is completely blocked. The channel is completely blocked, or we can say pinched off like this. So this is a pinch. This is the pinch. The channel is pinched off. So when the channel is pinched off, what I am saying that as VGS is increasing, or we can say the VGG, as VGS is increasing, a stage is achieved when depletion region increases such that N channel is blocked, or that is, we say, pinched off. The channel is completely blocked, and the value of drain current ID is decreased, and it is decreased to 0. The voltage at which ID is equals to 0, the voltage at which the ID is 0 is called as VGS off or VP. V pinch, we say as V pinch. The V pinch or VGS, it is that voltage at which the value of drain current is reduced to 0. So drain current is flowing like this, ID. So what is V pinch or VGS off? V pinch or VGS off is that voltage at which the value of drain current is 0. Means the channel is completely blocked and drain current is reduced to 0. Now the value of VP or V pinch is negative for N channel JFET. The value of VP or V pinch or VGS off is negative for N channel JFET, and it depends on two factors. First, it depends on doping level of N and P region of that particular N channel JFET, and second is the width of the original channel structure. So in this way we control the flow of drain current through this channel, and this is how the JFET is operated. So once again I would summarize the whole process. So first of all, what we are doing, we are applying the reverse bias in JFET. So VGS is also reverse bias and drain to source is also reverse bias. Now the main purpose of this reverse bias is to increase the width of the depletion region. If the depletion region is increased, we can control the flow of drain current. Now, how we are controlling the flow of drain current? First, let us increase VGS. As VGS is increasing, depletion region is increasing. As VDD is increasing, the depletion region is increasing. The width of the depletion region is asymmetrical. Why it is asymmetrical? Because N type D is positive, means this is reverse bias. Again N type S, this is negative, means this is forward bias. So here the width of the depletion region is less, here the width of the depletion region is more. Because here the reverse bias is more at drain as compared to source. Now when there is no gate to source voltage, maximum drain current will flow, and that maximum drain current is called as IDSS. Now when VGS is increased, depletion region is again increased, and if we increase more and more VGS, a situation may arise that the depletion region will touch each other and completely the channel is blocked, or we can say the channel is pinched off. In this condition, the drain current is completely zero. So the voltage at which the drain current is zero, because we have increased the VGS or VGG, that VGS is called as VGS off or VP, V pinch. Now this V pinch is negative for N channel JFET, and it depends upon the two factors. It depends upon the doping of N channel and P type semiconductor. It is also dependent upon the original width of the channel structure. So in this way, by varying the gate to source voltage, depletion region can be increased or decreased, and thus we can control the flow of drain current. So controlling the flow of drain current by applying the external voltage is the operation of the JFET. Hence we say that the JFET is voltage controlled device. Which voltage? Gate to source voltage controls output drain current, and hence JFET is voltage controlled device. So this is all about the operation of JFET.